It's a question that still haunts Montana, a chilling enigma that lingers in the air, refusing to fade with time. What happened to the people of Havenwood Bluffs? Where did they go, and why? These are the questions that echo through the decades. One night under the stars, an entire town vanished, disappearing without a trace, leaving behind only whispers and unanswered prayers. People, houses, cars, everything, gone, as if swallowed by the earth itself. No warning, no trace, not even a single shoe left behind. Just silence where a community once thrived. A deafening silence that speaks volumes about the unknown. Imagine driving to a town you know by heart, a place etched in your memory, a familiar landmark on the map, only to find nothing. An unsettling emptiness that defies logic and reason. No ruins, no rubble, just wildflowers and prairie grass. Nature reclaiming what was once a bustling hub of human activity. This isn't a campfire story. This is not some made-up tale to frighten children. It's a real mystery, etched into the American West. A historical anomaly that continues to baffle investigators and captivate the curious. On October 17, 1958, Havenwood Bluffs, population 312, ceased to exist. Vanished from the face of the earth, leaving behind a void that can never truly be filled. Law enforcement, the military, and desperate families descended on the empty land, searching for answers, clinging to the hope of finding their loved ones. What they found, or didn't, only deepened the legend. The lack of evidence only fueled the speculation and intensified the mystery surrounding Havenwood Bluffs. The story doesn't begin with disaster, but with the hum of everyday life, the normalcy that preceded the inexplicable. A town nestled in a valley, kids playing in the streets, neighbors sharing news, gossip, and the simple joys of community. It was a perfect slice of post-war America, a time of optimism and prosperity, where anything seemed possible. But perfection is fragile, a delicate facade that can shatter in an instant. Sometimes the most ordinary places hide the most extraordinary secrets, dark undercurrents that ripple beneath the surface of seemingly idyllic communities. Havenwood Bluffs was one of those places, a town that held a secret so profound it ultimately led to its complete disappearance. The question isn't just what happened, the mechanics of their vanishing act, but what was hiding there all along. What secrets were buried beneath the surface of Havenwood Bluffs, waiting to be unearthed? This is the story of a town that vanished, a mystery that defies explanation, and the mystery that refuses to die. A haunting reminder that some questions may never have answers. To understand the scope of what was lost, the profound impact of its disappearance, you have to truly know what was there, what made it tick, the very essence of its being. Havenwood Bluffs was founded in the optimistic year of 1947, a time of great hope and rebuilding. A post-war boomtown, a testament to American ingenuity, built almost entirely around the promise and the secrets held within the Blackwood Ridge mine. The mine's mineral, the lifeblood of the town, was strictly classified. Its true purpose, shrouded in mystery, a closely guarded Cold War secret, vital to national security. Atlas Mining Corporation, a powerful entity, ran the town with an iron fist, drawing in war veterans seeking a fresh start, young families yearning for stability, and skilled miners from every corner of America, all chasing the promise of prosperity. Life was simple, uncomplicated. One main street where everyone knew your name, a cozy diner serving up comfort, a grand movie theater offering an escape, a reliable gas station always ready to lend a hand, and a small, welcoming schoolhouse at the heart of it all. The community thrived on the comforting rhythm of routine. Joyful summer picnics under the warm sun, cozy winter snow-ins filled with laughter, neighbors always willing to lend a helping hand. Isolated in a remote, picturesque valley, nestled far from the anxieties of the outside world, they felt safe, secure, insulated from the growing fears and uncertainties that plagued the rest of the world. But the mine, looming over everything, was undeniably different. Security was unusually tight. Layers of barbed wire to keep prying eyes out, heavily armed guards patrolling the perimeter, an atmosphere of pervasive secrecy. Miners were handsomely paid, incentivized to keep quiet about their work, fueling hushed rumors, breeding suspicion, and fostering a growing sense of unease that simmered beneath the surface of everyday life. The town's very existence, its prosperity and its identity, revolved around something far bigger and far more mysterious than itself. Havenwood Bluffs was, on the surface, a shining example of the American dream. A picture-perfect community, with a dark and unsettling secret buried deep at its core. The people lived their ordinary lives, raising families and building futures, but the mine's pervasive mystery cast a long, ominous shadow over everything they held dear. What was really being pulled from the earth? What secrets were being unearthed in the depths below? And what unimaginable price would the town ultimately pay for its unwavering silence, for its complicity in the unknown? That's where the story takes a dark and unexpected turn, a turn from which there's no return. October 16, 1958. A seemingly ordinary day, soon to be etched in history for the extraordinary event that would unfold. A normal autumn day in Havenwood Bluffs. The air was crisp, the leaves were turning, painting the landscape in hues of gold and red. Kids carved pumpkins at school, their laughter echoing through the hallways, completely unaware of the impending darkness. Miners grabbed lunch at the Mountain View Diner, sharing stories and jokes, fueling up for the afternoon shift. The aroma of coffee and fried food filled the air. Families gathered for dinner as the sun set, sharing meals and moments, strengthening bonds that would soon be tested beyond comprehension. Radios played Elvis and Buddy Holly, their music filling homes with the sounds of a generation, a soundtrack to a life that was about to disappear. Lights flickered on in identical houses, casting a warm glow against the encroaching darkness, a false sense of security in the face of the unknown. The town settled in for the night, its residents dreaming of tomorrow, oblivious to the fact that tomorrow would never come for Havenwood Bluffs, unaware it would be their last. Outsiders noticed oddities. Something was amiss in the valley that night. A trucker saw a silent greenish-white flash over the valley, a bizarre spectacle that defied explanation. An astronomer recorded a strange magnetic anomaly, a disturbance in the Earth's natural field, a sign of something truly unusual. A ham radio operator tried to reach a friend in town, desperate to connect, to share a word, a laugh, anything. Only static answered, a wall of impenetrable noise, a chilling harbinger of what was to come. By morning, the airwaves from Havenwood Bluffs were dead. Silence had descended, a silence that spoke volumes. The town and its 312 souls, every man, woman, and child, had vanished in the space between one heartbeat and the next. A blink, and they were gone. No warning, not a single cry for help, no sign of struggle. The scene was eerily peaceful, as if nothing had ever happened. Just silence. An unsettling, all-encompassing silence that continues to haunt the valley to this day. The last sunset over Havenwood Bluffs, a beautiful yet tragic farewell, was also its last moment in our world, the final flicker of light before an eternal darkness. What happened that night remains a mystery, a chilling enigma that continues to baffle investigators and paranormal enthusiasts alike. The clues are few, but the questions are endless, echoing through the empty valley like whispers from the lost. The disappearance was total, a clean slate wiped clean from the face of the earth. The first to notice was Frank, the mail carrier. On October 17th, he arrived at the turnoff. No sign, no town, just empty meadow. The road ended in undisturbed prairie. No foundations, no debris, just earth. Frank raced back to call the sheriff. At first, no one believed him. But soon, deputies and reporters arrived, stunned by the emptiness. News spread, an American town vanishes. Searchers combed the valley looking for any clue, bodies, belongings, anything. They found nothing. Not a footprint, not a toy, not a scrap of evidence. The ground was pristine, untouched. The silence was absolute, broken only by the searchers' shouts in the wind. It was as if the town had been surgically removed. The void was perfect and terrifying. The search became a national obsession. How could a whole town just disappear? The answer remained elusive. The mystery deepened. Weeks passed. The search grew desperate and strange. No signs of struggle, disaster, or flight. Geologists found the valley stable, no landslide or sinkhole. Search parties scoured the wilderness. No tracks, no campsites, no sign of panic. It was as if 312 people had simply evaporated. Then, a clue. In the meadow center where the flagpole once stood, searchers found a small, locked metal box. Around it, in a perfect circle, lay 312 keys. House keys, car keys, post office keys, one for every resident. The keys were arranged deliberately, like a ritual or message. The box was sent to the FBI. When opened, it was empty. No documents, no dust, nothing. The discovery chilled investigators. The keys suggested intent, not accident. Was it a farewell? A warning? The box's emptiness only deepened the mystery. The only evidence left was absence itself. Havenwood Bluffs had vanished without a trace. In the absence of facts, theories flourished. Many focused on the secret mine. Was it a government experiment gone wrong? A new energy, an unstable element? Some believed the town was a Cold War laboratory, erased after a catastrophic failure. Others pointed to the green flash and magnetic anomaly, classic signs of alien abduction, they said. Maybe the residents were taken as specimens, the town collateral damage. Still others imagined a tear in reality, a time rift, a dimensional shift. Perhaps Havenwood Bluffs slipped into another world, not destroyed, but displaced. Theories stretched from science to the supernatural. The only certainty, nothing about the disappearance made sense. The story echoed other great mysteries. Roanoke, the Bermuda Triangle. People vanished, leaving only questions. The truth remained out of reach. The government had to respond. At a press conference, officials blamed a freak natural disaster, flash floods, and a massive mudslide, supposedly burying the town deep in the mountains. No debris was found, they claimed, because the slide was so powerful it pulverized everything. Reporters pushed back. There was no evidence of a slide, no record rainfall, no sign of disaster. The keys were dismissed as a hoax. The press conference ended with more questions than answers. Soon, the area was declared a restricted zone. The military moved in, fences went up, and the official file was sealed for 100 years. The message case closed. Stop asking questions. But for families and investigators, the cover-up had just begun. The official story felt like a wall, not an explanation. The truth was locked away. The mystery only grew. Havenwood Bluffs was erased from the map and from history. In nearby towns, a different story survived, whispered by locals who knew the land. They insisted there was no flood, no slide. Some claimed to have seen the green flash, heard a powerful hum, watched the town's lights go out in a wave. Whistleblowers emerged, anonymous letters from former guards and miners. One claimed the mine's mineral wasn't from Earth, a living crystal, reacting to human consciousness. The disappearance, he said, was a quarantine, not an accident. These stories, impossible to verify, painted a chilling picture. The secret was too big to contain, the price too high to pay. Amateur investigators and descendants of the vanished kept the story alive. They built websites, collected testimonies, and petitioned for the truth. The files remain sealed, but the search continues. The keepers of the secret refuse to let the mystery die. They believe the answer is still out there. Today, July 10th, 2025, 66 years later, the fences still stand. The warning signs still threaten prosecution. The official story hasn't changed, a freak mudslide, a closed case. But the mystery endures, as potent as ever. Modern technology, satellite images, ground-penetrating radar shows nothing. No debris, no anomalies, just undisturbed Earth. The absence of evidence is the most compelling evidence of all. Theories have evolved, advanced weapons, dimensional shifts, a town preserved in another reality. The story of Havenwood Bluffs forces us to question what's possible. Maybe we've been asking the wrong questions. The clues, the secrecy, the untouched land, it all suggests control, not chaos. It doesn't feel like an accident. It feels like a removal, a deletion. What if the town never vanished? What if it was erased? The mystery remains, waiting for answers. Havenwood Bluffs is gone, but its story is far from over.